been about 2 weeks since you guys are seeing the clips that you guys just saw. I actually went to my first live write-in. I've done a lot of writing sprints online with, people in the authortube community or people on Discord and just stuff like that. I'm on this website or this app called meetup.com, and in my area, there's this writing group called Shut Up and Write that hosts live write-ins all over LA. The one I went to was in Marina Del Rey / Culver City to this really nice coffee shop that I've never been to called the Coffee Commissary. I went, had a great time, got to meet some writers, got to get a lot of work done, and it's actually been my third time going to that live write-in / writing sprint event thing. Like I said, it's been about 2 weeks. Today's Monday, February 10th. So I actually went yesterday. I also got a lot of writing done. Got about 1,300 words done on chapter 22, I believe. And yeah, that's also what I wanted to just talk to you guys about in this. I just wanted to check in with you guys on where I'm at in the Ivory Crypt. I'm pretty sure I met my word count goal for January. I'm gonna throw my track bear stats up on the screen. I made it by like 1,000 words or so. February did not get off to a great start writing wise. I don't think I wrote for like the first couple of days. I think I'm like maybe 5,000 or 6,000 words in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make the 35,000 word count goal for February just because there's less days and school's picking up. I have started Act 3, or at least I've started planning Act 3 more in depth. I think I have 1 or 2 more scenes to write and I'm officially done with Act 2, and I'm really enjoying how the story is going so far. The one thing I am a bit worried about is pacing because I'm 66,000 words in and I'm just now hitting the end of Act 2. So this book is going to be hefty because Act 3 has a lot of stuff in it, which brings me to my next point, which is I've done something that I've never really done before when writing a first draft, and that's I've made a whole nother outline just for Act 3 of the book. And I kind of wanted to go through some of what I did. It's on my screen. I don't know if you guys can like really see that because it's backwards, or maybe it's not actually backwards because the camera, but yesterday I spent like an hour and a half, 2 hours plotting out just a couple of chapters in Act 3. I'm not even done with this outline. I did chapters 23 to 25. So that's only like 3 chapters that I did. That's 1, 2, I marked one of the chapters 24 twice. So I've actually done 4 chapters. So I've done 4 chapters, 2 in Michaela's point of view, 2 in Sebastian's. I'm really liking how Act 3 is shaping up. It was probably the act that I was looking forward to the most, just because some of these scenes I've had in my head since I started writing the first book in this series, The Black Lotus. So like being able to finally get to the point where I can actually start writing these scenes, I can properly visualize them, years and years of character development and plot threads getting wrapped up. It's kind of like a surreal moment for me. Like I'm really getting close to the end of the series, and of course I've got to go back and edit all these books, especially if I'm thinking about trying to get them traditionally published or self-published or whatever it is, and whatever it is I end up doing with this series. Yeah, I'm getting close to the end. I already know it's gonna be super bittersweet. I have finished a series before, actually. I've not talked about it much on this channel because it was one of the first things I ever wrote, but I did finish a trilogy. It is called The Prime Archives. It's about superheroes. The way I explain it, it's like Power Rangers meets X-Men meets Renegades by Marissa Meyer. It's kind of in that vein. Maybe I'll make a video talking about that series the same way I made one talking about the Eldonarian artifacts, but I have finished the series. I say all that to say I have finished the series before, and getting to the end is definitely bittersweet because you're kind of saying goodbye to those characters. Like, of course, I can jump back into those drafts and revise them all I want, but like the story as it is pretty much over. There's nothing coming after that unless I make spin-offs or like add new chapters, but for the most part, I'm done with that world. And I'm getting real close to that point in the Eldonarian artifacts. And of course, I'm happy because it's going to give me, time and space to work on other things that I've been wanting to work on. In my opinion, I feel like the Eldonarian artifacts is some of the best things that I've ever written. I just really love these characters. I love the plot. I love the world that I built that's nestled in a version of our world. I just love what I was able to come up with, and specifically in this book, I think this is some of my strongest writing ever. And yeah, I'm just really excited to get started on Act 3. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I'll check in when I have another part to say in this vlog. So I finished plotting out a couple more chapters with the help of my handy 3-act structure outline. Then I decided to pop into a live stream hosted by Taylor Ann Wright and Cody the Writer in order to help me write a couple of chapters for the last part of Act 2. There is a dog barking outside. I apologize if you guys can hear that. But it is a couple of days after I actually finished Act 2. I'm really enjoying how this story is going. I'm a couple chapters into Act 3 actually. I kind of forgot to record in between finishing Act 2 and starting Act 3. So I think I've done about 3 chapters. I've done 2 in Sebastian's point of view, 1 in Michaela's, and the chapters I'm noticing are getting shorter, which is not a problem at all because I wanted the pace to start picking up in this act anyways. And it's just kind of interesting. I didn't plan it that way. Like, I feel like there's still similar amount of things happening, but the chapters are just getting shorter because, you know, my pace is getting faster. But I think certain chapters will be longer than others. I'm really getting close to the final battle. The last scene that I wrote was actually a pretty tough one for me to write about. Not tough, but it was like, I don't know. I asked this in the Discord server that I'm in. There's a Discord server with a bunch of writers and authortubers in. If you guys are actually interested in joining that, I will leave the link to it in the description of this video. But yeah, I was in the Discord and I asked, you know, everyone, like, do you have to get into a certain mindset to write certain scenes? And I asked that because I was writing Sebastian's scene where everything was kind of just closing in on him, like everything that he'd been through at this point, and he was really struggling with like his anxiety, which he's been dealing with throughout the entire series. But at this point in time, he like really let it hit him, especially because one of the last scenes before this scene, he like pretty much broke down completely. So like he managed to come back from that part, but then the anxiety and like the trauma of everything that just happened to him kind of rushed back in all at once. I had to like write him having an anxiety attack, and I had to like kind of put myself in that mind frame. So I was just wondering if any of you guys ever have to do something similar, maybe not something as extreme as that, but like, do you have to like, if you're writing a sad scene or when you're killing a character, like, do you have to make yourself sad in order to write it? Or, you know, something like that. That was just something I was wondering about. So if you guys have to do something similar when you're writing, please let me know in the comments so I don't feel like I'm insane. Act 3 is going well. I have 34 chapters planned for this entire book, and I'm currently on chapter 26. So I am, quick math, I'm 8 chapters away from being done. So yeah, I'm a little nervous, especially because I'm getting to some really important scenes and I want to make sure I execute them right. Like, obviously this is a first draft, but like after I finish this, I don't know when I'm going to be able to edit it, because if I want to publish this series, I'm going to have to go all the way back to book 1 and edit that, and then, you know, go in order from there. So this may be the last time I touch the Ivory Crypt for a long time, and I just hope that I can get, you know, give it some good bones before I have to put it to the side. But I think I'm doing a good job there so far. I hope you guys enjoyed this writing vlog. I know it was a bit shorter than my other ones, but I didn't record enough clips kind of to make it longer. But regardless of that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys have been working on for the first 2 months of 2025, and let me know how that's been going in the comments. I've been LDJ Wrights, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Peace.